Hello and welcome back to the GLP. I'm your host, Luke. Today we have Jay, Dustin, and Katie joining us. We wanted to preface before we continue with this episode. First off, we take our jobs very seriously. What you may hear us talk about this episode is going to be funny stories. Now, we're not trying to make fun of the people that are making these calls. We're trying to make fun of the situations more than anything. This is supposed to be fun, and we hope you really enjoy it because it's going to be a blast. You guys ready to rock and roll?
Yes.
Yeah? Ready. So, who wants to start this out?
You should start.
You want?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want the the main one right off the bat? Okay.
Let's give the
Let's do it. A good.
Okay.
give the people what they want.
Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa, no, never mind.
Who was asking for that?
Should have specified.
This suddenly became R-rated. I don't know what happened.
Sorry, continue.
So, one of probably the funniest calls I think I've ever had started out as something rather serious. We get a lot of suicidal callers, a lot of people that are struggling in their day-to-days, and they reach out to us. They're trying to find assistance, and maybe sometimes they're just looking for someone to talk to. And he really wanted to talk to me in this case. So we get all the usual information. We're going through the call, and there has to be some sort of anonymity as we're speaking. Because truth be told, I don't really want people to know everything about me. From the 911 standpoint to the citizen we're trying to help. So I'm staying on the line because with our suicidal callers, we can't just disconnect. We have to wait for whatever unit's responding to make contact with them, make sure that they're going to be in a safe environment. So as we're sitting there, this call ended up going for about 20 minutes. And per usual, my callers usually end up asking for my name. And the caller's like, hey, what's your name? And I kind of paused and I was like, well, unfortunately, I can't give out my name. I have my operator number. I gave it to him. And as a fun way, because I'm trying to make some kind of connection with my caller, I'll usually say, pick a name, any name at random. I get Mike and William a lot. It's pretty common. I don't know why.
Solid names. Solid choice.
So,
you give out the name Mike or William?
No, a lot of people call me Mike or William. I tell them, hey, pick a name, whatever you want.
He just sounds like a William.
Okay.
Hey, believe me, I want to be personable is what I'm trying to get at.
So pick a name.
Pick a name.
Yeah,
call me. And so you hear him kind of pause, and he's like, I have a name. I was like, okay, what do you got? And he was like, well, it's kind of inappropriate. I was like, oh, okay. What do you got? He's like, can I call you Daddy? And I paused. I didn't know what to do. I haven't been trained in this.
This is not in the manual.
And I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, dude. We got to keep this PG-13. This is a recorded line. And you could hear it's kind of like this defeated moment.
Oh.
And I'm like,
I'm defeated. He's so sad.
Oh.
I'm like,
but I don't have a daddy.
I feel like I crushed the guy because I'm like, he's already not feeling great. So
He was suicidal, right?
Yeah, I felt
Suicidal,
even
and I
worse.
can't call him Daddy.
Oh, that was over the line. Cross. You just hear.
There.
Sorry, that'd be rude.
As long as you.
Hello.
Oh my God.
You call me Daddy. Call me whatever you want. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there was kind of the moment where it was like, wow, like I feel legitimately like I am now maybe pushing this guy over the edge.
We gotta get canceled. What the fuck?
Cancel already. First story. It might get worse from here.
So
Brace yourself.
this gets even better. This gets even better. So he's like, oh, okay, all right. I'll come up with another name. And he asked me a couple questions, and you could tell he's definitely shooting his shot, which, I mean, hey, I'll take it as a compliment. I mean, we don't bat for the same team, but it doesn't mean I can't take a compliment. I'm happy with that. So he's like, I got another one. I was like, okay, what do you got, man? He's like, how about Enrique?
And you were like, all right.
I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then I see in the officer's notes that they're knocking on the door. I'm like, okay, go talk to him. Yep, thanks, bye.
Hang up.
Quickly.
Get me off this phone.
I'm like, I wasn't trained for any of this. I don't know what to say.
Dude.
Now, everything aside, yeah, man, it's a nice compliment.
It's very
I don't
sweet.
mind that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not too proud.
I bet for a
Goody.
second you were like, do I let him do it? Do I keep it? Do I say no?
So, and throughout this whole process, we had one of our coworkers sitting right next to me. And when I said the PG-13 part, she was like, and she was like miming, like,
Yeah.
mute the switch. I was like, what? She was like, what is he saying? I'm like, you gotta listen to this.
What's happening?
So I mean, it's always funny because you never know what you're gonna get with those kind of calls. You have some people that, like I said, they just want to talk. They're lonely in this world. Maybe they don't have the support system. There's so many different things that go on, but I don't know. It's pretty funny, and it's even better now because it's a call that's shared in our trainer, in like our academy. So all the new trainees
Yes.
at our center always hear it, and then it happened this last group. I walked in, and Shelly's like, "Applaud for." Yeah, Daddy Enrique. And I'm like, I got so red. I was so embarrassed. I was like, hey.
Like, maybe don't play that for the future.
Oh. You should have put that on the back of your shirt. We got
Yeah,
shirt
oh my
maids at work.
gosh.
You could have put that on the back of your shirt.
Oh no, Big Red's kind of good.
No, it's funny because they will play some of those calls for the academy and things like that. And they actually played our second episode
They did.
podcast because it was about the academy and stuff.
Way cool.
So they actually played it for the class to
Oh.
kill like an hour.
Thank you, Academy.
Have you guys had any like interesting calls kind of similar to that? Like just maybe someone like I said,
Nobody's ever
shooting a
called
shot
me
or-
daddy in a call.
You should try.
Forgot What?
That's not awkward.
I haven't got a Enrique or Daddy.
I had a funny call the other day where it was like a normal shoplift, and it was at one of our like gas stations, and the employee's like, they stole from us, they stole hot dogs. And I was just like, really? That's what we're doing. So I'm like,
What
How
kind of hot
many?
dogs?
Yeah. So he's like, they stole 3 hot dogs and they ran out of here. So I'm like typing shoplift hot dog send, and then you're laughing at dispatch. And then she messaged me. She's like, one of the officers is asking what condiments were on it, and I was like, all right, guys. That was one of my favorite calls this week. I like that they're just like, give me further. I'm like, I have no further because I'm not asking him that
Yeah.
on the phone.
They're like, was it the beef hot dog or was it the pork one?
Really, he was like, I want them trespassed. I want my money back. I'm like, you're like $5.
Want
for
them
your hot
dogs back.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Want the dogs.
What about you, Jay?
You're making fun of me the whole time. I'm gonna get you.
I was in training, like on the floor after academy,
Mhm.
and I was with the trainer, and then I got a call from this guy, and he sounded like very like in distraught, right? And he was like, I'm being held hostage, like I'm, and I was like, oh shoot, like this was before I knew about like welfare checks and like, mental health when it comes to people. Frequent callers. And so he said that he was being held hostage, and he sounded so legit, like
Yeah.
gave me the address. I think he said that he read it off of like a piece of mail, so that made me more confused because I was like, this
what?
sounds really legit, And then he was just like telling me details that like he was sitting in a chair with his hands tied, which
Oh.
I guess I should have questioned, how are you calling me with your hands
Yeah,
tied? But
Yeah.
I was scared,
Right.
I was like, this is a suspicious circumstance, so I like sussered it.
No.
And then
Not
he
wrong.
was like,
Yes.
his feet were tied and they were in a bucket of water. And I was like, okay,
Okay.
are you being like
Are
electrocuted?
you in a nail
Like-
spa?
Right. So then
Getting your pity.
Actually.
we were just like still talking about like questions, like how'd you end up there? Nothing really crazy. But he sounded like legit, kind of.
Kind of.
At the time. At the time, he sounded legit. Looking back,
Enough.
wasn't.
Right.
Yeah. And then he just starts like screaming, and I'm like, "What?
Oh, no.
Why are we screaming?" You know. So then I'm like, "What's going on? What's going on?"
I'd scream
you
if
know?
I was a hostage too.
And he was like, "I just turned into a mermaid," and I was like,
No.
"What?"
No.
And so then he was like, "Yeah, I'm a mermaid," and then I was like,
Medics.
"Gosh." So then
Send in the
me-
rescue.
me and my
Water
trainer
rescue.
like
That's crazy.
Merman.
Merman, lady.
and so
Correction,
then,
star, merman.
merman, a mermaid. And so then I put that into the call, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to laugh. Like, this was my first like real experience, you know, other than like the ones that we already knew about. This is a new person, obviously. So then he starts screaming again, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "I'm a whale." And I was like, "What color are you?"
What color are you?
He was like, "I'm a blue whale." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." Like, anyway, so then I know that he's like in a mental health thing. So now I'm just trying to like, you
Be
know,
like,
just
"Sorry."
talk to him. Like, sounds very scary.
Aw.
Like, you know,
Right.
but yeah. So that was a fun training one. That was a goodie. He got me. I'll tell you that.
So you had a trainer with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Did they stop you or just let it go?
They
Let's see how long it takes her to figure this one out. Like, yeah, we do that sometimes.
Aw.
I had I'm training somebody new, and it was like her first day, second day, whatever. And we get one of our frequent callers.
Mhm.
You know, it was screened to us because
Perfect.
they knew what they were doing. And I'm just like, sit back and just see how long it takes her to
Oh.
figure out that what? Like, this is confusing. You know,
Right. They
well,
look back.
I've
to
had
you
to
for
do
help.
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's
You've
a,
had those calls where they trick you.
there's a
Yeah.
pretty
They gotcha.
consistent, like, they'll tell you the story. It's a believable story. What they're saying may be odd, but it's believable. And they go down this storyline, and they're telling you what exactly happened, what's going on, where they're at. And then they take that hard turn. And, they're just,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Mermaid. What?
exactly.
What?
And that mermaid
So
was the
quick.
hard turn. Yeah.
Oh,
that's-
I had along those lines. Not merman, not mermaid, but it was only a couple weeks ago, and
yeah.
caller calls in and says, "You all right?"
Jay knows this one.
You probably heard all
I
the.
think I know this one.
These guys have probably heard these stories already, so
Sorry,
they might
so
not be funny.
excited.
Okay.
If it's the one you're thinking of. Anyways, she goes, "I'm going into labor," and I'm like, "Oh no," because those are like ones you just don't get very often.
Yeah. Hold on
one second. Let me screen you to another person that can handle this.
Can't do that. Maybe by the end of the story.
Oh, no.
But female calls and says, "I'm going to labor." Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's the address? Yada yada yada. Going down the checklist of things.
Yeah.
We ask, and I get it started with medics. You know, is the baby coming right now? Yes. Oh no. So get it started immediately. I'm going down the questions that we go, our guidelines, and asking things like, "Are you having frequent contractions?" Yes. Your water broke? Yes. And I start thinking she's just saying yes to everything.
It's a very calm
So,
kind of manner.
the calmest birth anyone's ever given at home. Something ain't right. Something ain't adding up. You know what I mean?
The math isn't mathing.
Something's going on, and I'm like, is somebody there with you? Yeah, my caregiver's here. Oh, you mind putting them on the phone? Well, no, because he wouldn't help me. So I had to wait till he went to the bathroom, and then I called. Now we know something's wrong. Can you go get him, please? Okay, I guess so.
Aw.
Goes over, I hear, knock on the door. Yeah? It's 911. They want to talk to you. What? Why?
Aw.
They want to talk to you. Gets on the phone. Yes, this is 911. She says she's giving birth right now. No. Is she pregnant? No.
Oh.
Do you need the fire department there? No. I'm like,
All right.
all right, we're going to cancel. And then as funny as the same lady called I think it was the next day,
Oh.
and somebody else got them and was sending some message around the room about something, and then I was like, oh, that's my lady from yesterday. It's not real. It's not real.
Don't do
But I
it.
think she had seen the previous call. I think she said that it sounded weird right off the bat.
Oh,
So
okay.
she looked at the calls, sees one from yesterday where it was canceled, blah, blah, blah. And then, so she didn't fall for it. Got me, though.
That's the good old catfish, man. I swear
me.
it's so real. You're like, oh my gosh, okay, let's do this. And then you're like, something's not right.
Yeah, one with the shooting. She's like, they're shooting outside. I'm like, oh no, get it started, blah, blah, blah. And then the police are just like, zebraed it or something.
Oh.
They just canceled it. And I'm like, what? And then they're like, I look at the priors, it's like they reported the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
They might not have canceled it, but they knew it was probably not.
Yeah.
fake.
I had a shooting
Probably
one
not real.
once where she was like legit scared, and you could hear she like glass breaking, and she was
Oh.
like, somebody's shooting at me, something's happening, and she like literally hit the deck. She fell, and I could hear her like dolphin dive.
Dolphin dive.
Mermaid dive?
We're talking about Call of Duty.
Yeah, literally. So she does
Dolphin
that,
dive,
and then
mermaid
they
dive.
get there. Somebody had only thrown rocks through the window, but she
Oh.
thought it was like
Aw.
open shooting. Like she
Oh.
had me so high.
I mean,
and
I'd
I'm
be
putting
pretty
shit down.
terrified
Right?
nonetheless, like
Yeah.
someone
Yeah.
heaving rocks
She's,
at my window.
I'm hit. I'm
Oh,
like, are you bleeding?
jeez.
I'm
She's like,
hit.
no. And then they get there. There was like multiple rocks. They hit her with a rock.
Aw.
I had a guy that called. He goes, my buddy has been shot. And where is he? He's in the woods. He called me. I drove down here fast as I could. I found him where he's at in the woods. He like lives in the woods or something.
I remember
Yeah.
this.
And he finds him, and when I get the RP calling the friend, he's already running out of the woods towards the road because he's like, you're never gonna find him.
Oh.
So he's running out towards the road, right? And this is the setup because I'm like, do you see a gunshot wound? And he's like, yeah. And so he goes, yeah, there's a bullet hole in his leg.
What?
Like very specific, okay.
Okay.
I'm like, when did you think this happened? No, let me get to that part. And he runs out to the road. He's running out to the road, frantic, panicking, yelling, my friend's been shot, blah, blah. And I'm trying to find the location because he's like in the woods. So it's like I'm using my map location, trying to get the closest street and
Yep.
stuff. And I'm getting it in there. I'm starting it. Medics, shots fired,
Yeah.
blah, 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 the whole thing. I keep saying blah, blah, blah. Why do I keep doing that? But and they get there and they find him, and turns out it was a BB gun. Some kids had shot him with a
Aw.
BB gun in his leg or something, not a bullet wound,
Poor guy.
and it happened like 10 hours ago.
That's crazy.
And he was that frantic? Wow.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I mean, the thing is just like he said at the beginning. You take everything seriously because you don't know what is real and
Absolutely.
what's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
So you have to take it seriously. So there was nothing I did that was like wrong in starting that. All the
Right.
evidence I had was his friend is shot, and
Yeah.
you find out later it wasn't real. Or it wasn't what we thought it was.
Right.
Was that a spider?
Not at all.
And you just put it on the floor? You didn't kill it?
It was
He's
dust.
It was dust.
It was dust.
Okay, you had me so scared. I was about to leave.
There-
I was gonna be gone.
So and kind of going based off of what Dustin said there,
Intermission.
it's interesting because you never know what's going on, and of course the public doesn't see it, but like you could be really busy taking these calls back to back to back, and so then when you get someone that's not in the right state of mind or not the right frame of mind, and then they start telling you these things, it's kind of
Just the
I want to see how scared I was when you said there was a spider.
oh, it was definitely a spider.
It was
definitely a spider.
You didn't kill it?
No,
He's
Are you
it's
lying?
a little guy. No,
it
I
was
swear to God.
tiny. It was like a little. Trying not to alarm anybody. I was just trying to like hide
Stop
it.
it.
Keep going.
We all locked in on your move.
Yeah.
Cut. There we go. Just
Okay.
so
No
we know.
cut.
No,
No cut. Keep that in.
Leaving that in. If it pops up here, we need context.
This is the fun episode.
Who's up next for?
So you're saying
Yeah. So what I was saying before
you're in the zone. You're in the zone. You're
Right.
taking calls, and somebody says something like that. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
we're going.
or the opposite, where you're sitting there. It's a slow, quiet evening which we
Yeah.
all love those words.
I love saying that word.
Yes.
Mm.
And then you're kind of doing your thing, whatever, that is chess or playing on your phone. and
Never did that.
and then all of a sudden you get those calls, and there's kind of that moment where you're like, oh, right, finally. And then you're like, I got, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've
well,
thought
sometimes
about
you hear
that.
something so weird, you're like, is it though? Is it though?
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's real.
Because
Yeah.
on the other side, I had this was years ago. I think it was my first year after I got released at some storage place up on the west side of one of our agencies. The guy's like, I just got carjacked.
Ooh,
And I was like, oh, no,
that'll do it.
that's not good.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, they all have guns. They pointed at me.
Mm.
I am still in the parking lot and I'm looking at them. And I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
what's the description of the vehicle? Gives a perfect vehicle description. He's like, my license plate. Gives it. I mean,
Whoa.
I was like, oh, okay. Actually, this may be serious.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, they're taking off now. They're going south on the main road. And I'm like, okay. Who has the gun? He's like, oh, well, the guy's leaning out of the car now. He's pointing the gun at me. And he's like, and you hear a pause. And then you hear a pa-ting. And I was like, did they just shoot at you? And he's like, they did. He was like disgusted that they did. And
How dare they?
they hit the sign right next to him.
No
It was
way.
pa-ting.
You heard it.
I heard it. That's why I was like, oh, no.
Like circle
Legitimately.
inside.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I was like, maybe don't stand out in the middle of the road.
yeah.
He's like, well, I want my truck. I was like, it's not worth it, man.
Yeah.
You don't need it that much.
Wow.
You just never know. You never
Yeah,
know what it
what's
leads
real
to.
or not.
Oh, my gosh.
I had when I was newly released, so I fell for a lot more stuff.
Right.
Now you're like, I'm gonna take everything. I'm gonna second guess kind of everything and make sure. But she's frantic and she's like, my kid is not waking up, and you're just you go into
yikes.
that mode like, okay, what's the address? What's the blah blah?
Mhm.
And then I'm getting it started fast, and I'm just about to send medics and everything because she's unconscious, not waking up. And I'm like, what happened to him? Well, my daughter hit him. Oh no, okay, and it's that bad. And so you're thinking the worst. And then I'm just about to enter it, and I'm like, I just thought to myself, like, something was weird about it, like,
Yeah.
okay, and can you ask her what happened or blah blah, and can I hear her talking and something like that? And I don't remember what I said, but she goes, well, no. I'm like, why not? And she goes, well, because she speaks Latin. She's speaking in tongues. And I said,
Oh.
what? What do you mean? Oh, well, I tried calling the Catholic Church, but they weren't helping me. And I go, erase all my text. Let's go back and start from the beginning. Why would you contact the Catholic Church? Oh, she's possessed by a demon.
Mm,
And I'm like,
there it is.
oh no. Oh,
Now
this
we've got to the
changed.
crux of it.
Here we go.
This changes everything. And I found out there was, I don't think, any real kids there, anything like that. And
Wow.
sometimes, you check the history and it's obvious when you see all the calls of them saying something strange. But I don't remember like seeing anything weird that set me off. But well, you wouldn't even check for that at the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
You're
No.
not thinking,
hearing
that's not
that.
your first thought is like,
Right.
when they say my child's not breathing or something like that, you just think the worst.
It's
Go.
lizard brain immediately.
Go time.
Yeah.
You're like, go. I know what I need.
Yeah,
I know.
and that's what we're trained to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't second guess every single thing.
Yeah.
I need medical help. Do you really, or is you just possessed by the devil? Because I don't trust nobody no more.
So and this kind of comes into like my interesting theory on a lot of our frequent callers or people are having mental health issues.
Mhm.
That a lot of people report seeing similar things. Like,
Somebody's in the room with me.
yes,
They're
exactly.
in my attic.
And I do think there is a certain possibility that these people are in some different frame of mind
Mhm.
and they can actually see things. Because I mean, I believe in ghosts. I believe that there's spirits. I think good and bad. And maybe that's just someone's ability of seeing something just different in this world.
Ooh, now we're getting a ghost.
This took a turn.
Because
Curly Jefferson.
I mean, how many times have you had someone like, oh, there's someone watching me. I'm laying in my bed, and you're sitting there going, is there anyone there? They're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I had a call like that where this lady is whispering in the bedroom. And
Yep.
she's trying to be really quiet.
Oh my gosh.
And she's language barrier. She's
Of course.
Asian, and
Aw.
she's somebody's in my house. Somebody's here.
Yeah.
And I had taken multiple calls for some reason when I was new of just this happening over and over, and nobody was ever there.
I know exactly
So
what
it
you're
sets
talking
you
about.
up, you're like, and then the police come and there's no one there. And you're like, okay, but
Yeah.
you don't know what to believe. So
You don't know.
I'm going along with it. And she's just, somebody's in there. And it took me forever to figure out like the address or what does she mean or
Was
how
it
does
the
she know
gal
this?
that saw ghosts
No,
quite a bit?
no,
Different person?
no.
Okay.
And I'm like, who's there right now? Like, who's in the house? Oh, my daughter's here. Where's she at? Different bedroom. Okay. And then at some point, the daughter was even knocking on the door, and she didn't even want to let her in her own door.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, does anybody else live there? My husband. Where's he at? He went out with his friends.
So could he
Really?
be home?
So you don't think just
Maybe.
by chance it's your husband like downstairs in the kitchen? She's like, I hear multiple voices. Him and his friends came home. I'm thinking him and his friend had some drinks that came home. They're downstairs in the kitchen making noise, and she's just panicking for probably no reason.
Aw.
Yep.
And finally, she lets the daughter in the room, like teenage daughter, I guess, but she speaks better English, and she starts giving me the real rundown. And she's like, "No, there's people, voices I don't recognize
Oh, no.
downstairs in the house." I'm
You're
like, oh, this is a lot more believable all of a sudden, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then the police get there, and one of the comments they made was they had a grow operation. They had like a marijuana grow operation, I guess, in their basement. And these people did break in. It was real.
No
Ooh.
way.
It was real.
Wow.
They did break in. They must have known it was there because
Yeah.
they were robbing him. And I even had like a neighbor call in 2 minutes later, it's crazy because when you get one piece of the puzzle and
Yeah.
then you just luck of the draw get another
You
piece
get
of the
the
puzzle.
other.
Yeah.
I've had people call me a week later, and I'm like, I know what you're talking
Yep.
about. That's
Yep.
weird.
Yep.
But he goes, yeah, I saw 2 seconds ago a black SUV and 2 guys with ski masks that were like going in the house. I'm like, this is real,
Yeah.
And it was wild, man. They did. They were robbing him.
What about you, Katie?
People in the house. It's
As
great.
far as those go,
Yeah, interesting calls.
tons of times I've had people call where they're like, "There's somebody here," and I'm like, "Yeah, right." And then
Mm.
they actually get there and it isn't. You're just like, "I'm so sorry, I didn't believe you." But I mean, you always enter it as if it's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You never really know because my spidey senses are wrong sometimes. But
Well,
You-
you're only as good as your caller,
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the hardest part.
if they tell you this is happening, you have to go by it. I mean, you're not there to see
Well,
it.
I mean,
Right.
we've seen several instances where we have our frequent callers that have reported actual emergencies. There was one of our northern agencies that literally there was something on fire in front of his building,
Mhm.
and he comes on the phone the same way every single time. Blah, 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 blah. There's a fire in front of the building. Blah, 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 blah. And then he goes off, and you're like,
The normal rant.
hold on.
Wait.
That
Yeah.
was out of ordinary for him.
Yes.
One of our most frequent callers, one day he's always talking about his neighbors and how he wants to fight the neighbors,
The FBI.
and the FBI, and
Yes.
his brain and all that stuff. But this time he's yelling at somebody. It sounds different than his normal rant, and there's another voice in the background yelling at him, and you're like, "Oh no, this is real!" And the neighbor called in too,
Yep.
and the crazy part was the police just closed it like they normally do because they don't
Right. They don't
crying
know.
wolf, type
Sure.
of thing. But and then like I think another call receiver had to be like, no. They reopened it and
Yeah.
said, no, you guys have to go. This is
Yeah.
real. Like you guys don't hear the call.
Yep.
I mean, whoever took the call put it in there.
Right.
He's fighting with a neighbor.
I think
Legit.
that's where, as a good call taker, it's your due diligence. It's
Yeah.
realizing that this is a little different from the usual.
There
You
was
do
a,
hold a lot of power.
Yes.
Yeah.
there
Very
was
much so.
one of the most what's the word? But long going frequent callers we've ever had.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like 20 years or something like that.
Yep.
And he passed away.
Yep.
Yeah.
But a lot of the other call receivers that have been here for a long time were like, I could tell he just sounded different,
It didn't sound
I could
well.
tell he was.
Yep.
He's he says the same stuff over and over, but
Yeah.
they know your voice because you've called 5 million
Right.
times. And something's odd about it. Something's different this time.
Yeah.
You know?
Very much so. I think it's interesting because you almost begin to build these relationships with these people that you talk to all the time.
Yeah.
We have a couple of them where it's like he sometimes doesn't like to give his name, but you know exactly who he is, and you say, "Hey, Mr. blah blah,"
Mhm.
and and you can realize that they're sitting there going, they know me enough.
hmm
And you know, it just is what it is. You try to handle it as best you
That
can.
same guy that's in the woods.
Yeah.
Okay. They actually went out one time and arrested him. I think it was
Oh.
because he was threatening.
Oh, it
like,
was that one?
the call us. He was threatening us
Yep.
Sounds
and
about
going
right.
off the rails more than normal.
Yep.
And they went out and found him and arrested him. He had some kind of warrant, I think,
Mhm.
way up north. They shipped him off.
Yeah.
And then about a week later,
Off.
he's back, and I get him. I hadn't heard from him about a week. He gets on there. He goes, "Yeah, last time they came out and arrested me." And I was like, he is not lying. I know that.
So
It was real.
on top of that, there was a crazier story that happened with that.
Really?
Because he has some, I don't know, what do you want to call it, infatuation, and he believes that he works for some secret,
Right.
CIA, operative kind of deal, and
He's a Navy SEAL.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
Works in the FBI.
exactly, well connected, and he had reported some kind of threat to the Mounties up in Canada.
Really?
And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the phone number. I get a call and I'm like, huh, that's kind of odd. And it was the Mounties calling back. They're like, hey, do you know so-and-so from this phone number? I was like, yep, I do quite well. And they're like, who is he? They were really serious. I was like, well, okay, here's a little backstory. But it's crazy that another country will call to report,
Kind of
hey, this crazy guy is not.
you disappearing over there.
She's like going out of frame. You good?
That is kind of insane how they'll get those numbers. Or we had somebody was calling the FBI, and then they call us, and they're like, they told me I can't call them at FBI anymore, so they said I have to call 911 instead. They can't fix my problems. You're just like, okay.
Somebody call and they're like, I want to be connected to the White House. And I'm like, I don't have that number, so no.
Yeah, no.
Did you try Google?
Sorry. I think I did Google it. There's some number out there that,
Yeah, probably.
Sure.
and I'm like, here, look it online.
So could you now kind of segueing to our next story here? I want to hear. We did a short on this, which you guys should be able to see here. Please check it out because it is hilarious. Regarding giving CPR to a dog.
That wasn't mine.
Was that someone else?
I don't know where that story
Yeah.
came from, but it wasn't anybody's here. I think I just heard it secondhand.
It's
Okay.
throughout
Somebody
the
gave-
ballroom.
They're giving CPR instructions, going through the motions, everything. They find out it was a dog. They're giving CPR. There was you were talking about one. It was a pillow. Was
Yes,
it? Am I right?
I took that one.
You did. Oh,
Yep.
sorry.
No.
You did. I overheard another one where somebody was giving CPR to themselves.
No, shut
Yeah. I can't remember who took that call, but yeah, they were like, this guy was legit doing CPR. And he's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're like, what? Hang on, dude. What's going on? Who's the patient? I'm the patient. 1, 2, 3. What? Stop! You don't need to do that.
Okay.
Okay, I have a CPR one. Though.
So I was going to ask you if it's the same one, the Ice Cube one.
Don't ruin it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, not that. Not the rapper.
Okay, cool.
I don't get it.
She's clueless. Anyway, it was legit emergency.
Yeah.
However, it was funny by the end of it. But I get this lady. She's like, so and so is unconscious. You know, I'm pretty sure was doing drugs. I'm pretty sure she was doing drugs with him.
Oh, no.
They always act like I don't know him, and it's like, do you? You're both
Yeah.
hiding behind the Safeway, just hanging out.
Just hanging.
Don't know them at all. Yeah, but she's like, he's ODing. Is he conscious? No. Is he breathing normal? No. We gotta get him on the back. Gotta do CPR. We're doing the CPR instructions. She says she does mention that she gave him Narcan. Okay, I'm putting all that in the call.
Mhm.
Got it all entered. And as we're going, she mentioned something out of the ordinary. She goes, we're going through the motions 1, 2, 3, 4. She goes, yeah, I stuck ice cubes up his butt.
No.
And I'm like,
What?
I took an intentional pause because I heard what she said. And I said, what did you say?
One more time, clearly, right into the phone,
Okay.
please.
Can you say that again for me? And she goes, yeah, ice cubes up his butt. I heard that works. And I said, no, we
Wait.
don't need to do that.
Did you pause for a second? And be like, did it work?
Listen,
Well.
I'm like, no. We don't need to do that, okay? We don't need to just keep doing the compressions. Maybe her other friend was doing the compressions, whatever. And all of a sudden he pops up. Oh, he's waking up. It worked. And I'm like, no. Probably the Narcan, but so she, and then I get, and then she's like, they're here, hangs up.
Ah, good.
So she's going to think this worked.
Oh, yeah, she's telling the whole world
This
now.
is going to be her story now.
Save
now
your ice
on.
cubes.
What if it does? What
Now,
if it does?
after-
It's not tested.
Let's
Yeah,
test it.
It wasn't the Narcan at all. Who we tested it on there? So yeah,
So
it couldn't have been the Narcan at all that it made him wake up.
No, not.
But yeah, she's gonna be going telling that story to all her friends now.
Real.
Be like,
I
I knew it would work. I knew it.
I'm surprised we haven't got actually more calls of that now, because I mean, in general, I think whether through direct or, just association, these people have, pretty intertwined relationships. So I'm surprised we haven't got more ice
Someone
cube
trying
calls.
Knock on wood.
So my pillow.
Wait. After the call, though, I was thinking I had to tell somebody immediately about this. Whoever's sitting next to me.
It was
And then we
me.
start. Was it you? Was it you?
You turned right to me. You're
But
like,
we're thinking, wait a minute. So you just had like a cup of a drink or something, a big gulp next to you, whatever and you. What are the logistics? Your friend is passed out, and you're just like dropping
get the
trowel in the
ice.
middle of him.
Was it when you were giving instructions
OD?
or before you call 911? You're like, Narcan, ice, 911.
Check.
Yeah.
Ice of the butt. Go.
Yeah.
I'm like, the first thought, I'm like, what drink did you have with this?
Yeah, I didn't even think of any of that at the time until after
Yeah.
the call.
Gross.
Anyway, I wanted to add that part. It seemed
There's some Sprite.
I had more
flavoring.
questions.
Did you say it tastes Spritey?
I said the Sprite flavor.
She had to dig it out with her hand.
Oh, God. Okay, we're done. Lucas, talk about
I
your
meant
pillow.
the cup, not.
What?
I meant the cup. She had to dig the ice out of the cup.
How
She's
many
like-
cubes, ma'am? How many cubes?
you know,
Oh, she's done.
Ice Cube's got her. We knew it.
We knew it. That was the one.
I think the funnier part of like the whole thing is the follow-up questions. Really important, right? I'm like, so what are you going to do with that cup and the ice? Like, are you saving that still? Because you definitely dove your hands into that cup. So, like follow-up questions,
That's-
really important.
Finishing
What
that,
are what are
Dr.
you doing?
Pibb. Mr. Okay.
Let's move along.
Tell us the story, Lukey.
So I had this elderly lady call, and she lived as far east as you can possibly get in our service area. And she's like, my husband's not awake. I'm like, oh, okay. Go through the whole process. Not awake, not breathing normally, start CPR. And she is doing actually a really good job. I'm like, yeah, all right, get her on her back, get him on her back, everything. And we're going. And it took like 15 minutes for any unit to actually respond. That's how,
Dang.
like, in the middle
Yeah.
of BF she was.
Yeah.
And so the firefighters get there, and I'm sitting there on the phone, and you hear the knocking on the door. And then all of a sudden you hear a random male's voice. And he's like, what are you doing on the ground? I'm like, who's that? Because up to that point, it's just been the lady's voice. And she's like, that's my husband. I'm like,
Oh.
Wait, woke up?
aren't we doing CPR on your husband? And you hear him in the background. It was definitely one of those old couples that have been together for a really long time.
Aw.
And there's just no holding back. And he's like, whatever her name was. We'll say Gladys. Gladys, what are you doing on the ground? Why are you calling 911? And why are you pushing on a pillow?
Oh,
No.
and the recording is amazing.
And it's like, it ended up being like 20 minutes of me assisting someone doing CPR to a pillow.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What if she had a heart attack doing the CPR? That'd be more tragic.
At least the pillow.
I've had ones where when they're doing good CPR,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like you should be out of breath. You should be pushing as hard as you can,
Well,
not
like,
worrying about hurting them.
if you're
I
not
had
attempting
one-
to break their ribs, then you're not doing it right.
Actually true.
Yeah.
Like I had one the other day, and I think it was a guy, and he's just out of breath doing the compressions,
Yep.
and it was long enough where I'm like, this ain't good.
this isn't
but
good.
I could tell he was doing it correctly, and
Yeah.
I was like, please don't have a heart attack
Yeah.
like yourself
right.
while he's doing this. But
I had a call like that a little bit after I got released.
Hmm.
It was, let's see, it was in the summer, and this lady called basically saying, hey, my husband had a heart attack. He's unconscious, not responding.
Hmm.
Okay, hey, let's start CPR. And we're doing CPR, and she's doing a pretty good job at it. And you hear her go, and then you're boom.
Oh.
She had a heart attack
No.
doing it. They
Oh,
both
no.
they both ended up passing away.
No.
Yeah, because it was just an open phone after that. I'm sitting there going, hello, and there's nothing. Yeah.
Can't
It's a
happen.
love story
Yeah.
right there.
Is it?
Romeo and
Romeo and
Juliet.
Juliet. It was. I was like,
That's
hello,
so sad.
hello, can you hear me? Anyone? No one?
I had one that was we call a lift assist. It means just
Mhm.
like it's usually an elderly person, but my husband fell, he's on the floor, he's not hurt, he's not injured. I'm like, okay, and I hear him in the background like I'm okay, I'm all right. And I'm like, oh, is that him? Yeah, okay, he's conscious, perfect, get it in, cool. And like 15, 20 minutes later, one of our coworkers comes over and she goes, did you see your lift assist call? Your aid service call? I'm like, why would I check that?
Yeah,
Like
why?
Right.
that's the most low
There's
priority
nothing juicy in that.
call. And she's like, oh my God, read it. And I looked at it. He was dead.
Wow.
I don't remember the specifics of like before they got there or
Sure.
after, but I was like, I just heard his voice in the background being like, no, I'm okay. Don't worry. Don't take your time. It's, they say a lot of,
It could
it's not an
change.
emergency. Get here. Take your
Aw.
time. I'm like, they're still going to get there as quickly as they possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to say, get them here now. Speed up. It's like, they're going to get there as fast as they can.
Aid calls are crazy.
You don't have to say, it's not an emergency. They don't need their lights. I know a lot of people are modest.
Yes.
It's elderly people mostly, but
Mhm.
they're like, we don't need the lights. We don't need the sirens. I'm like, well, he might be having a heart attack, so they're going to get there as fast as they can.
Yeah.
And, we can't make that guarantee anyways.
Yeah.
They're going to need their lights and sirens to get to you as fast as they
For their safety as well.
are able to. Yeah.
I don't think the general public
Yeah, I don't
usually
realize that either.
realizes that, like, they're
Mhm.
going 50 or 60 miles an hour down a city road.
People to get out of their way.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
if you haven't seen it, especially in our state, drivers here are terrible.
Mhm.
Getting over and getting out of the way.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. Just pull over. Nope, I'm going to stop in the middle of the road and you got to figure out how to get around me. You're like,
I've seen videos like that with police and
Yeah.
fire, and they're like, "Get out of the way!" And the cars are just stopping in the intersection. You're like, "What are you doing?" And I think they panic.
yes. Yeah, they're
They
just like,
panic and they freeze and they just sit there. I've always known you get to the right, pull
So-
off
Right.
out of the way.
It should be in driving school. They teach you that. I had a funny aid call where a lady called and she was like, "Oh, it's non-emergency. It's our like a non-emergency line." And you're thinking, "All right, what are you reporting?" She's like, "It's a little thing. My husband is, he's having chest pain." I'm like, "Oh, okay. How old is he?" "He's 50." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
All
She's like, "Oh, his whole right arm is numb and he has heart issues in the past." She's just, but just be
a
quiet
lot
down
of
the driveway.
a lot of boxes are getting checked here.
I did it once. And then she's like, "Oh, and can they be quiet on the way in?" I'm like,
Yeah,
"Ma'am."
and you're like, I don't think that's gonna happen.
One of the questions we ask is like, does he take nitroglycerin, right? And one time in a call, I was like, "Does he take nitrogen?"
Nitrogen.
She's like, "No."
If it makes you feel any better, I've said Narcan.
Okay.
You guys have Narcan. They're like,
for what?
for what? And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Like, that's
Nitro,
awkward.
Nitro.
Narcan into yeah. Which brings me to your shit's fired. Tell-
So this personally
okay,
it
and-
wasn't mine. Now it was with one of our coworkers,
sure.
which it makes it even better when you get to observe like your friend, your coworkers when they're in a really like active, high priority call, and you see them work, and it's actually really cool because you're seeing the whole process. You're seeing them fly through it, asking these questions, and God bless her. She doesn't work with us anymore, but she's awesome, and I know she's listening to this. So thanks, girlfriend. And she's rolling through the call. It was a legit shooting, and in the initial text for any kind of shooting, we're just trying to get a location, and especially if there's a known injury. You know, the text is going to be very simple. It's going to be something along the line of RP or someone else has gunshot wound, you know, something along those lines.
Go.
Yeah, go. And you know, her quick text was supposed to read, you know, shots fired. And you know, the O and the I
You're so close.
key are very close. And she
They're on
ended
the
up
same keyboard and everything.
and
Who put them that close together?
and
QWERTY.
she accidentally hit or entered as shit's fired, which you're not paying attention to your text at the point. You're just trying to go.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and you, all of the comm room pauses at once, and you realize what they're doing. Well, our former coworker had no idea, and so I'm sitting there and I am smiling because
It's funny.
everyone's realizing what's happening except her. And so she gets done with the call and she turns to me. She's like, "Wow, that was so stressful." I was like, "Yeah, you know,
might want to reread that. one.
I was like, you know what? Stressful situations like that, you know, that's the shit, man." And she's like, "What?" I'm like, look at your initial entry.
Will you give your best shit? That's all you can do.
Now, I mean, I think it happens to everyone because just the other day, I kind of had a similar one where I was getting a clothing description for someone, and I ended up, instead of brown shirt, ended up being brown shit.
Uh-oh.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta enter it.
Oh, yeah. So the other day I had a call. This not related to misspelling things, but I had this lady. She's language barrier, and she's screaming and hollering, and there's kids in the background yelling, and she's in the middle. She doesn't know where she's at. She can't tell me what's going on.
Of course not.
Anything. And I just assume it's like a vehicle accident. She's like, "He hit my car. He's hitting my car. He hit my car." Something like that, right? And I see on our map I had a good location from the map, enough to get it started, and I'm getting in there and I'm trying to figure out like what's going on. And then I see another flag pop up. Somebody else has entered a call before me. Okay, they must have had a location or something else, right? And so I open it, and it's a lewd call in the same exact spot where my
What?
I thought car accident was.
Coincidence? I think
Could
not.
be. Could be. And you're in the moment of the call. You're typing what you got. You're trying to listen. There's kids screaming in her car behind her. She's yelling something in broken English, and then I'm trying to read this lewd call. Why is it a lewd call? Maybe that was a mistake. I don't know. All these things are going through my head, and I'm trying to read the text simultaneously, multitask, and it says naked guy on top of a car, and I'm like, connect the dots. What's going on, man? He's on my car. He's punching it. There was a naked guy on her car punching the car. Not a car accident.
I would have been ma'am, crazy question here. Does he happen to be naked?
I'm just like, does he have any weapons? And I'm like, like, can you drive away? She's like, no. I'm like, why not? She's like, 'cause he's on my car. And I'm thinking like, I would have drove away even more so if he's on my car. And she's just frozen in the middle of this intersection. Kids in the car screaming. Oh man, that's a crazy call, man. And it turns out our coworker was sitting next to me, had started the lewd call from a passerby saying, there's a naked guy on a car. It's in the intersection, and I don't know why. And she was waiting for me to maybe start it first for just a split second because she thought, oh, maybe I had more information that was better for the situation. But she's like, she realized I'm not getting a lot of info from my caller, so she just started it. But it threw me off seeing that type code. I expected it's the same color like an accident, injury accident, or a unknown injury accident. But it doesn't show us the type code anymore on our map. I had to click it and open it, and it says lewd, and I'm like, what?
Excuse me?
It was wild.
One of the questions I like, I appreciate people's response to my question is, if someone's reporting a lewd call, someone's undressed, anything like that. And, our initial entry, we're asking weapons. Do they have any weapons with them? Which they could have in their hand. You never know. Some crazy guy running naked wouldn't be too crazy to see them holding a weapon.
Sure. It's happened.
And I don't know how many times I've got the response. They're like, well, besides what's between the legs, I don't see any other weapons.
Come on, man.
And I want to smile and I want to laugh. And I'm like,
I had a guy, and I was like,
Let's move on.
does anyone have any weapons? He's like, yeah. I'm like, who has weapons? Me. I'm like, what weapons do you have? He's like, these arms right here. These are weapons. And I'm like, come on, dude.
You're like,
He's
okay, so
serious.
moving on.
I'm like, no.
Ew.
Ew. Yeah.
We have so many lewd calls, it blows my mind.
It's like, there's a guy with his pants down. Okay. Is he exposing himself or like, and they're like, huh? And I'm like, I'm trying to word this delicately, or does he have like his boxers on? There's a difference.
Sure,
It's not as lewd, but
Right.
but I need to clarify here before I start this, and and it's always awkward. But they're like, yes, bare ass is hanging out. And I'm like, okay, that answers that question. Thank you.
You just never know what you're gonna get. I that's the fun part of it. You just never know what to expect. I mean,
It's and training.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
like I say that all the time. It's just like the crazy part is you have no idea what's going to come to that phone.
Yep.
You have to be an expert in almost everything of the world.
Yeah.
Like, like no one expects you to know every model of car, every
Right.
building, what services do what
Yep.
for the public, what to do in every single question, every situation. You get.
Mhm.
There was a guy the other day, and he's like, my keys, I lost my keys or something like that. I'm like, why are you calling 911 for this? And he lost his keys behind the washing machine. I'm like,
Oh.
okay, can you not get them? Like, I'm trying to help him. but,
Right.
Right.
but he's like, no, I need the fire department to come out and move my washing machine so I can get my keys. I'm like, I don't think they do that. I don't. Do you have a friend you can call? Like, I don't want to just say, you don't want to say no,
Yeah.
but it's like, I don't know. I just couldn't imagine.
You know, that-
911 for these things.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Exactly.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, I think that's what probably catches more people off guard is you just never know what to expect. And so then, you'll get the key call and then the next call will be a stabbing. And you're like, what?
That is the thing. You let your guard down. I think you were kind of touching on earlier is you can go a whole day, a week, a month with nothing too crazy, just, oh, what's it this time? And so you kind of it's when you just least expect it.
Yeah.
It's probably for me, it was always like the last call of the day. I'm watching that clock. I'm like 54 and 30 seconds. I just, come on. And then it's like, boom, my wife just shot me. You're like, what? And it was real.
Yeah. Yep. What about you, Katie? Any funny lewd calls or anything like that comes to mind?
Yeah, I had one where it was like, can we say names of businesses?
I would assume not.
So, random
vague.
clothing store where you can donate your clothes to the clothing store. They
Is it a good one?
it is very they have wills. So they called because there was a guy there.
I get it. Sorry.
Delayed reaction. There was a guy there who they were like, I need him to be trespassed. And I was like, okay, well, he's been there before. And they're like, yeah, he has history. He rubs his wiener on clothing. And I was like,
You're like, I don't see a problem, ma'am.
Wait,
Just like
Call us when you got a real
that's when you stop. Those are the intrusive
and-
thoughts. You're like, oh wait, that's wrong. Oh, okay,
No.
good note.
No, but how do you word this in your call?
I was like rubbing penis on.
Oh,
I'm
right
like,
to
if
it.
I can type it, I'm gonna put it in there.
Direct.
I want to hear them air it to
Me
the
too.
officers. I'm like, you're telling
The
me I could write
dispatchers.
this word?
This sort
Sold.
of- He's rubbing his
Private
Um,
parts.
private areas.
His manhood. I've heard that one. That one I'm like, okay, ma'am.
Manhood. God.
Ew.
Did you have any lewd call? I mean,
Pee
on
pee.
the side of the
Pee-pee,
road
we
all
call
the
it.
time.
Pee pee.
Mhm. It's always men. Except if it's a
Oh,
woman
okay.
who's shirtless, they're like, oh, it's a welfare check.
Mm.
But if it's a man, they're like,
All the officers, mark
lewd.
me on scene.
Lewd. Get
Priority.
me out there.
Yeah.
70-year-old woman, they're like, back it up.
Never mind. Busy. Lunch.
Do I? No, I think someone called and it was like a welfare check. He was just laying in the parking lot and he was just covered in his own
No.
like stuff, you know?
Like
What kind of
excrement
stuff?
or like
I don't know what that word means.
Feces.
feces?
Feces.
Ah. gross.
Yeah.
He was having a poop show.
Yeah. Just like nothing like
He's Arnold in The Predator. Where he's hiding in an alley. Hiding in an alley. Hiding the heat signatures.
There's always so
So many.
there's
I can't
so
remember
many.
all of them.
It's hard to
It's so
remember.
good.
yeah.
Oh, I got one.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
I get all the same ones.
Do you?
You know? Just pants off.
Right.
Peeing on my building.
That one's
Yeah,
crazy to me.
you're
They're
right.
like, they're pooping out back. And you're like, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Did you let them in the store? I don't
Good
think you did.
question. Yeah.
Just kidding.
I had a
joke.
funny one that was when I was. Or were you gonna say one? I want to cut you off.
No.
You got.
You got it.
You got it. He was. A lot of these are when I was newer. Maybe just because I remember them more, and now they just all blend together after you've been doing it for years. But but I had this girl. She sounded very young. She worked at Jamba Juice. Okay, and she is like in tears, and she's like,
Aw.
yeah, and she's saying, well, I was at work and I got a phone call. They said they were from the IRS and they needed me to take all the money out of like the safe and the tills and everything and then what I needed to do, and they had me stay on the phone with them and they had me go to the grocery store and they had me put all the money on gift cards.
Oh my god.
And then they had me scratch off the gift cards. I'm just listening to this story like
You just can't believe it.
and scratch off the gift cards, and then I had to mail them to the IRS address in Texas. And so blah blah blah. And I'm like, did you do that? And she's like, yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, does your manager know? Yeah, he made me call. This might be your last day.
Might be in trouble.
Might be your last day at Jamba Juice, lady.
People
And I'm
call
like,
all the time for that kind of stuff.
but she's like, I'm such an idiot. And I'm like,
You're like,
"Oh,
no, you're
No,
just
you're
young.
not.
no, you're
Just
just,
young.
just dumb.
You're like, no, for sure. But in the back of your head, you're like, what were you thinking?
I was like, oh man.
I had somebody call me and she
Everybody's
had
gonna love
the
this
scammer
story
on
on
the
a
Yeah.
podcast
phone.
someday.
No. Oh no. I had a lady call me and she had the scammer on the phone with her. And so she was like on
Oh.
the phone with me on one thing and then had him on the background because she was arguing with someone. And I was like, who are you talking to? And she's like, it's him. He's telling me to hang up with you. I was like,
Mm.
don't hang up on him. She's like, no, I got to get these Home Depot gift cards and bring them to him. I
Oh
was
my
like, what are you doing? She actually hung up on me. And I was like, that's your money, dude.
These scammers are
Yeah.
getting ridiculous
Oh,
these
yeah.
days,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We get so many of them. They're like, yeah, the whatever agency called me and says that I missed a court date. I don't think I had a court date, but they want me to send like $3,000 to them or I'm going to go to jail. And you're like, no, it's not real. No,
The
They're like,
charities
I
we-
don't do that.
They're like, yeah, they say I have a ticket from Albany, Alabama. And you're like, did you ever live in Albany?
No,
No.
never been there. Weird, isn't it?
Crazy.
That's
Weird.
Weird.
suspicious.
That scammers call me like on my personal phone,
Yeah.
not on 911, but and they like, there's a car in Arizona and it's registered your name and the police found blood in it and all this stuff, and I was like, okay, and tell me more about this. And I'm like, why aren't the police calling me about this? Well, I'm trying to do you a favor. I'm trying to help you out. And I'm like,
Mm.
I let him tell the whole story and everything, and I'm just like, okay, what's your angle? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, what are you getting out of this? I'm just trying to help you, man. I'm just trying to help you. No.
Mm-mm.
What's the plan here? What's the ploy? And when he could tell I was in on, I
Yeah.
was
So,
privy to.
do you ever keep
Then he
him on
just
the
hung
phone?
up on me. Huh?
Do you ever keep him on the phone?
Why?
I keep him on the phone.
He hung up on me.
I'll
when,
keep.
when he realized that I was not going to fall for it, they hang up
Yeah.
most of the time.
I've kept him on
Right.
the phone for like an hour.
Really?
Like just continue
I
like you're
couldn't come up with
like you're
enough.
falling for it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
just
great. That's
continue
great.
to talk to him.
Okay, you want me to send the gift cards to who?
Like,
Like playing along the whole time.
100%.
That's what you should do.
it's one of those ones where I think I've heard enough of our elderly population that have been, for lack of better words, they have been brutalized in regards to scamming just because
Yeah.
they don't understand the technology.
Oh yeah.
I feel so bad.
It's awful.
And they're like, they stole like 40K, and I'm like, I
40,000.
feel so
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
Literally.
I mean, like,
So
you
I-
shouldn't have fallen for it, but like, sorry.
Yeah.
You sent $40,000.
I-
Like, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
This I actually thought it was a minute ago I was gonna say it, but like I had this guy and he calls and he says, so I was walking by the store and there was these guys and they asked me if I wanted to donate to their cause, whatever it was. And he was like, yeah, I'll donate. And they go, okay, well, we need to know that you have the money in order to donate.
Aw.
So we have to verify you have the money. And this is another one where I'm like, go on.
Hun.
And he goes, so I showed him my bank account on my phone and I had my money in there. And they go, no, that's not good enough. Can you give us, or he gave him a ride to McDonald's at some point. But, and then he's like, okay, so I'll give him there and then I'm going to donate. And they go, well, that's not quite good enough. We need you to go to the bank with us and we need you to pull the cash out so we can like see that you have the money.
Oh my God.
And he's like, okay. And then
Makes
so he
sense.
goes and
Sounds
pulls the
legit.
money out. And I'm like, and then what? And I just let him tell this whole story. And then
Aw.
I'm getting the whole story. And you know what we're going to type in there is like, RP scammed.
RP scam.
That's it.
Like, I'm not putting all this in the call.
No.
The police are going to get this whole story in, but whatever. I wanted to know what happened. And he goes and he pulls out $30,000
Oh.
in cash. And then they're walking out and one of the guys goes, do you mind if I hold it? You know, I can hold it while we walk back over like to your car or wherever they're going through
That
the
was
parking lot. He goes, oh, okay. So he lets the guy hold it. And wouldn't you know it, I can't find him anymore.
Just
I'm not
gone.
sure where this guy went. And I'm like,
Like, he
Yeah,
still
no
believes
crap.
him?
maybe, kind of.
That's kind of
He's like, well, I don't know where he went now. Where is he? He just disappeared. I'm like, and he was holding your money. And yeah, you're never going to see him again.
That money is
He's
gone.
He's
Gone.
He's gone.
Aw.
And it's just some of those that you're like,
Yeah.
you did that? And he's like, well, yeah. It doesn't seem like the smartest thing now, but
They seem so innocent.
you're like, oh, man.
You know, it's
Some of them are so blatant, and you're like, who has the
Yeah.
balls to try that?
Right.
Well, guess
Yeah.
what? These things work
They do.
Yeah.
on people. They just do it over and over and over and
They
over.
just have to get one.
Like 1 out of 100,
Yep.
even if you made spam calls, 100 spam calls,
Yep.
someone's going to fall for it at some point.
Yep.
It sucks.
I've had the other side of that too, where we've had a couple of our credit unions in our area
Mhm.
that have called saying we have the fraudster, we have them, they're inside, they're trying to sign over some checks or they're doing something fraudulent.
Mhm.
We have the exact recordings of the 12 other branches they've gone to do the same exact thing.
Dang.
And there is
Wow.
nothing more than I enjoy. I'm like, all right, give me everything.
Yes.
It's time.
Give me their descriptions. What seat are they in? You know, I like, do they have a drink? I'll get everything.
Let's get them.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it happens a lot more than I
Mhm.
think we even see. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of how many people actually report it.
Yeah.
Right.
When I before this job, and I worked for I sold cell phones, hook them up with the carriers, all the different carriers, whatever. You wouldn't believe the amount of fraud in that
Yeah.
Oh.
business is crazy, man. People come with fake IDs.
Yeah.
We have to
Mm.
check their IDs. They have to put their SOCIN. All this stuff has to
Wow.
match. It's very. I mean, you're opening a line of credit, and they're giving you thousands of dollars worth of phones.
Yep.
And we would get people, we were usually pretty good, but we would call the managers at the other stores and be like, "Yo, this guy's gonna come in. He's probably gonna hit your store next.
Yep.
Like, be on the lookout for this guy."
Yep.
And you'd see him come in, and you're like, "Oh crap!" And you just kind of play along, and then go, "I'm not sure why it's not, working."
Oh, that's weird.
Right.
They would just try store after store after store, and then go down the line.
Yeah.
And it didn't take long for you to realize like who's jerking your change.
Yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Like, there's red flags that pop up, and you're like, this is not legit. This guy's
This does not add up.
But I do have to go.
I understand.
just sad.
No, this was awesome. Thank you guys so much. This was really fun. So,
To be continued.
to round this off, we appreciate you guys listening to this. We have a lot more content coming up. We've got some great stuff involving Destiny
Yeah.
Destiny.
And Lucasita.
and Lucasita. And we look forward to you guys enjoying that. Please take a moment to like and subscribe, and we will hear from you guys soon. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Yay, yay!
61. Yeah, we just have to close this down 11 FM. I can take